You ever wonder how some guys effortlessly date the hottest women? The ones that are straight up 9s and 10s? Maybe you've met one of these women. The kind that turns heads the moment she walks into the room. And you find yourself thinking, how the heck do I even get her to notice me? Well, if you want to know how to stand out from every other guy she's hearing from and get her interested enough to actually chase you, yes, I said chase you, then stick around because I'm about to drop some knowledge that could change your game forever. But first, let me ask you this. Do you want more tips on how to level up your life and attract the kind of women you desire? If so, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and join the squad. Trust me, you don't want to miss the content I've got coming your way. So let's get started. Now, when I say 9s and 10s, what do you picture? For me, it's not just about the face. Though yeah, don't get me wrong, she's got to have a sexy one. But it's also about who she is on the inside. She's someone who is kind-hearted, driven, and has a strong sense of who she is. She's that woman who walks into a room and owns it without even trying. Feminine, fit, healthy, and full of positive energy. But let's be real. Women like this are rare. In fact, I'd say only about 1 to 2% of women fit that true 9 or 10 description. They are confident, they have options, and they know it. If you want to keep her interested and keep things rolling, it's going to take more than just a pretty face and smooth talk. You've got to stand out. But the question is, how? Before I dive into the steps, think about this for a second. You can have a great conversation with a girl, maybe even date some 6s or 7s, but dating a 9 or 10 requires a completely different approach. These women have guys throwing themselves at them all day. If you are going to get her to pay attention to you, not just once, but continuously, then you need to do things a little differently than most guys. But don't worry. I'm not here to give you some BS pickup artist advice. I'm going to walk you through the steps that will actually make a high-value woman like this want to stick around and see more of you. So step 1, build your foundation. Now, before we get into the strategy of dating 9s and 10s, there are some basic things you need to have dialed in. Trust me, if you don't have these covered, these steps won't work. Number 1, you guessed it, get your body right. A lean, muscular physique is non-negotiable. If you're still rocking a dad bod or don't look like you've touched a weight in the past few years, you've got some work to do. Women notice this, and it sets the foundation for everything else. 2, dress like a man, not a boy. I'm talking about a style that radiates confidence and success without trying too hard. You want to dress in a way that makes women think, this guy's got his life together, casual, stylish, but masculine. Think sharp, but comfortable. 3, master social skills. This isn't just about talking to women. It's about speaking with conviction to everyone. Can you look people in the eye and hold a conversation with anyone from the cashier at the grocery store to a CEO? If you can't, that's your first area to work on. 4, be driven. Women are attracted to men who have a purpose. If you are not already working towards goals, then now is the time to start. She'll want to know you are passionate about something other than just her. 5, lead. Don't wait for the right time to ask her out. When you like a girl, ask her out. You take the lead, schedule the dates, and move things forward without hesitation. Step number 2 of this whole thing. Treat her like any other girl. Don't put her on a pedestal. One of the biggest mistakes most guys make when they meet a woman who's a 9 or a 10 is putting her on a pedestal. You start thinking, she's out of my league, or what if I mess this up? And guess what happens? You get nervous, you start acting differently, and you subconsciously show her that she's too special, too unattainable. Here's the thing. Women, especially those who are incredibly attractive, don't want to feel like they are above you. They don't want to feel like they are some prize that you need to win. If anything, they want to know that you are secure enough not to put her on a pedestal. They want to feel equal in the dynamic. So how do you actually treat her like anyone else? Simple. Don't go out of your way to impress her. For example, you don't need to take her to some fancy Michelin star restaurant on the first date to win her over. That's honestly a huge red flag. Why? Because it shows that you are overcompensating and trying way too hard. Keep it chill. Opt out for a nice, relaxed bar or cafe where you can have a good conversation without the pressure of having to impress. Another thing, don't rush things. When you meet someone you are really attracted to, the temptation is to text her a lot or make sure she knows you're super interested. But if you're texting her all day long, it signals to her that you are waiting for her validation. Instead, keep it natural and balanced. Let her come to you a little bit. When she does text you, respond confidently, but don't rush to reply within seconds. You are busy. You have your own life. Let her see that. If she flakes or cancels plans, don't chase her. Just reply with something like, "No worries, let me know when you're free next." Keep it casual and show that you're not desperate for her attention. By doing this, you're setting the tone of being a high-value man who doesn't chase anyone, even a 9 or a 10. Step 3. Stop fantasizing about her. Don't get attached too soon. All right, I know you're probably picturing the future with her already. Maybe you are imagining the romantic trips you'll take together or how she's going to cook you breakfast in the morning. And while I'm all for having daydreams, the problem comes when you start fantasizing about her too early in the game, guys. Here's why you need to snap out of it. Fantasizing makes you attached before you even have a solid connection. You start investing emotionally, and when you do that too soon, it often leads to disappointment. You see, modern dating is a numbers game. Even if you're a great guy, the reality is that not every woman you meet is going to be your next girlfriend. That's just the way it goes. If you go into the relationship thinking she's perfect and we're going to be together forever, you're setting yourself up for failure. Instead, try keeping your emotions in check and focus on the present moment. Ask yourself, what makes her different? Do we actually vibe? Or am I just putting her on a pedestal because of her looks? If she's texting you more, great. If she's initiating plans, awesome. But don't go crazy planning your entire future together just yet. Keep the energy balanced. Be aware that things might not work out, and that's perfectly fine. Dating isn't about finding the one right away. It's about exploring chemistry and building a connection without getting emotionally entangled too soon. Remember, your happiness shouldn't be dependent on her. When you are attached to the outcome, you put too much pressure on the situation, and she can feel that. If she senses you are dependent on her for validation, she'll start to back off. Instead, stay cool, stay grounded, and let things flow naturally. Step 4. Qualify her. Don't just hope she likes you. This is where a lot of guys go wrong. They walk into dates and it's like they're hoping she'll pick them, hoping she'll like them, and that's a massive turnoff. You need to qualify her, not the other way around. Think about it. When you're going into a date, the mindset you should have is, yeah, she's hot, but is she the type of woman I want to be with long term? Is she the right fit for me? And that's the mindset you need to bring into the conversation. If you're not just hoping she'll pick you, you are seeing if she's worthy of your time. Here's an easy way to do this. When you're talking to her, don't just blindly compliment her or try to win her over with every word you say. Instead, ask questions that help you figure out if she's a good match for you. This also prevents you from coming off as needy. For example, ask her things like, What do you do for fun? Or what's something you're passionate about? These types of questions will reveal a lot about her personality and values. You want to make sure you both have similar interests and that her lifestyle aligns with yours. Also, don't be afraid to challenge her a bit. Playfully tease her if she says something you don't agree with. This shows that you are not afraid to go toe-to-toe with her and that you are not desperate for her approval. It also establishes a bit of mystery because you're not just there to tell her how amazing she is. You're making her work for your validation too. Qualifying her also means not getting too emotionally attached early on. You're not there to beg her for a second date. Instead, you should make it clear that you are checking to see if you both vibe together. If she's not interested, it's fine, move on. And if she is, great. Now you've got her on your radar and she'll have to earn your time and attention. Step 5, own your mistakes. Don't let them define you. Let's face it, you're going to mess up. It happens to everyone. Maybe you say something awkward or you make a dumb joke that doesn't land. Maybe you even make a fool of yourself in some way. It's all part of the game. But what truly matters is how you react when you mess up. Here's the thing. Women are more likely to respect you for owning your mistakes than if you try to play it off like nothing happened. Think about it. When you mess up, do you get embarrassed or do you laugh it off and keep your confidence intact? A good example of this is when you're talking to her and you say something that doesn't quite hit. The common mistake is to start apologizing like crazy or get defensive. Instead, own it. Laugh at yourself. Say something like, well, that was awkward, but hey, I'm not perfect, and move on. It's a sign of emotional maturity and confidence. You're not letting a small misstep ruin your vibe or your day. And this is something that women find incredibly attractive. If you can handle a little embarrassment without losing your cool, it shows her that you are secure and self-assured. That's a man who doesn't let small mistakes define him. Step 6, accept that you might lose her. Take the pressure off. Finally, the most powerful mindset you can have when you're dating a 9 or a 10 is that you're probably going to lose her, and that's okay. Now, I'm not saying this to make you discouraged. I'm saying it because it frees you from the pressure of performing perfectly. When you accept that things might not work out, you stop worrying about impressing her. You show up as your real self, comfortable, carefree, and confident, because you're not desperate to make it work. This mindset shift takes the pressure off and allows you to be more relaxed. When you accept that anything can happen, you stop trying to control every little thing, and that's incredibly attractive. Women can sense when you are not desperate to keep them around. You're essentially saying, I'm a great guy, and if it works out, awesome. But if not, that's fine too. I'm good either way. This nonchalant, laid-back attitude is what makes you stand out to a 9 or a 10. Most guys are out here stressing and trying to win her over while you're just chilling. And that's what will make her want to pursue you. To sum it all up, if you follow these steps, treat her like any other girl, stop fantasizing about her, qualifying her, own your mistakes, and accept that you might lose her, you'll drastically increase your chances of not just getting her attention, but also keeping her interested long term. And hey, if you're serious about leveling up and taking things even further, make sure to check out my next video right here. You don't want to miss it. Also, hit that subscribe button and that like button if you haven't yet, because I drop new content twice a week, and I'll catch you on the next